Welcome to another unit in this methodology toolbox. This time I'm going to talk about what actually is the right sample size to use in my experiments, in my surveys, in doing quantitative research in general. And if we ask the question, how many surveys do I need? How many people do I actually have to pose my questions to? Then I could counter this question with, how many subgroups do you want to differentiate between? Why is this important? Because, we have a minimum number, but this minimum number applies not only to the sample as a whole, but to each subgroup on its own. So if you only consider like differences between men and women, you have two subgroups. So you could work with 30 to 50 people per subgroup. So in total, something about 60 to 100 observations. If, however, you were working on different regions and have like 20 different regions, then this goes up to a minimum number of 600 because you would need the 30 observations per region. So that's one thing to consider. Also, you need to consider, do I actually work with the absolute minimum, like 30 per subgroup, or do I want to have my results be more significant, be of a higher quality? Then, of course, I need more observations. Then I cannot work with the absolute minimum. I should go with 50, maybe 60 per group. Again, how many can I actually question? That's also a context which is often overlooked, because in some contexts it's very hard to find corresponding participants which fulfill certain criteria. So always consider, what is the size of the population? What is the size of the available population? So how many people are there? How many people are there which you can actually reach relatively easily? Then, there's always the problem. Market research, that's something between quality, time, and money. So here again, ask a question, how much time can you actually invest to get your data? If you have lesser time, you have to expect lower numbers. If you have more time, you might consider different sources to get your answers. Different strata of people you can include into your sample. As a rule of thumb, as I already mentioned, go with about 50 per relevant subgroup and you're good to go. I said like 30 to 50, 30 being the absolute minimum, 50 and you're roughly good to go. That's already everything I wanted to mention in a short section on selecting a fitting sample size for your research. So have fun and see you next time.